So, Dragon Ball fans across the world, it is true. Dragon Ball is officially and finally coming back in 2024 with a new series written and directed by Akira Toriyama himself, referred to as Dragon Ball Daima. The animation looks clean. I'm so sick of the pessimism in the community, excuse me, from the perspective of we just can't have nice things because people will constantly complain. The first rendition, I should say, of Dragon Ball with Super in the anime, the first 30, however many episodes, arguably even all the way through the Tournament of Power, that was lackluster. It was pretty bad, and we can all agree it was not what we wanted to see in our Dragon Ball animation. I can see a studio and a group of people that have finally taken the time to try to get a more cleaner looking Dragon Ball production with the trailer that we recently just watched. And if you haven't seen it, just search up Dragon Ball Daima trailer and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about in the end phase. And what to me is more important about Dragon Ball Super, or I say Dragon Ball series coming back, because it's not even going to be referred to as Dragon Ball Super, but the importance of this is that Akira Toriyama, his passion is reunited, and he's essentially kind of going to be retelling, from what I understand, some of the elements of Dragon Ball GT, but in his own way. And I guess this would officially make certain events canon, but again, we don't know exactly the direction he's going to go with Dragon Ball GT elements that he may retell or rewrite, whatever the case is. We should be excited. It's not to say that we don't hold Akira Toriyama and everybody else responsible for giving us a solid quality and production of an anime show. No, we should still hold them accountable, and we should still keep that mindset, but we should also be excited for a potentially new journey of new character development, new direction of things that maybe we don't have a clue about. And I'm just excited to see what Akira does, because let's be honest, in the last decade, anything that Akira has been heavily involved in on the story writing side of things himself, for the most part, has been pretty good Dragon Ball content. All of the movies, more or less, I think have been very enjoyable, where you can watch them a couple of times if you feel up to it, and you can say, I've enjoyed this movie. That's just one example. Obviously, he didn't have as much of a role in the anime, but from my understanding as one Dragon Ball fan to another, we should be excited. I think there will be some great things to look forward to. We'll also get some of that slice of life, original OG Dragon Ball vibes, which maybe is only for a small portion of us that are obviously a little bit older than the target audience. I'm 32, so I've been watching Dragon Ball since I was like 11 or 12, and I grew up on watching the original Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z. A lot of people started Dragon Ball with Dragon Ball Z, but I actually did start with the original Dragon Ball, and then Dragon Ball Z was just kind of being aired here locally in the Northern Hemisphere, or the North American Hemisphere. So I'm excited for the show. It's not to say it won't have its imperfections and things that can be improved, but finally we're getting a new Dragon Ball series. I remember people saying, oh, Dragon Ball's never going to come back. I'm like, you're crazy. You know nothing if you thought Dragon Ball was never going to come back. I'm excited. Let me know your honest thoughts. I understand some people don't like the way the animation looks, and they don't like the direction it's going. We don't even know the entire premise of what it's going to be about, so let's wait until we at least see a couple of episodes before we start making harsh judgments about a show that hasn't aired yet and won't still air for probably another 6 to 12 months. That's it, though. Kaioken signing out. I will see you all later.